Do all of your stem plants die right after you plant them? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to properly prepare your stem plants to have success with them long term. So anyways, let's get started. Hey, what's up guys? It's Calum or Calum's Fish Tanks, and in today's video, you probably know what we're doing already because of the title. But right now, you're looking at some Rotala rotundifolia, which I'm going to be planting in my 40 breeder, and I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks and show you how to properly prepare them to be planted in your planted aquarium with success, so you have great growth and all of that stuff. But anyways, let's get started. So you're only going to need two tools for doing this. One is a pair of tweezers. It can be any pair of tweezers. These are from Aquavitro. Ooh, upside down. Aquavitro. And these are some scissors I got for $1.69 off of Amazon. And I also had an old pair of tweezers I got from $1.69 from Amazon. I'll try to find the links and put them in the description, but they are both Canadian links. I got them from, I don't remember the company name. But anyways, they don't have to be expensive tools. It's a lot easier and you're going to do a lot less damage with tweezers. And it can be really any pair of scissors though. But anyways, let's get started. So I'm personally using a clear container just to set them down on. So I have somewhere to put the leaves as well as to put the plants once they're prepared. So what you're going to want to do is, before you actually get your stem plants, you're going to want to cut them on a bit of an angle. I don't know if you can see that, but the stem is cut on a bit of an angle. I have some pogo stem on that I cut earlier, and you can see that a bit better, how it's cut on an angle. This just helps the plant that you trimmed it off recover, but if it's tissue culture, you don't really need to do this. So anyways, let's get to showing you how to prep them. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your stem. I'm going to show this one for example, and I'm going to move this forward a bit. And you're going to want to trim off the lower leaves at the bottom of the plant with your scissors. You can also just pluck them off by hand, but the scissors are a bit easier. And this way, what will happen is when you remove the leaves, this will stop them from rotting under your substrate. And you do need to remove some leaves because that's where the roots grow from. They grow from the nodes on where you remove the leaves. So you remove the leaves and that will stop them from rotting under your substrate, and you'll have something a little like this. And you want to clean it up as much as possible so you have no leaves left underneath to rot. And then what you'll do after is plant this in the aquarium. So I'm going to trim up all the plants and then show you guys this in a second after I'm done. When you're plucking them, it doesn't really matter how far up you pluck them. Just don't pluck it up too far that you won't have enough plant up top to get any light, and too low that the plant will not stick into the substrate. So do about 75% of an inch or 3/4 of an inch, or just maybe a half an inch, but leave some up top. And on the smaller plants, you're obviously going to do less. Like this one, I'll probably only do 2 sets of leaves. But just make sure you have some room to plant it in, as well as some leaves sticking out from over the top. But I'm going to finish these up and show you guys that in a second. With a plant with thicker leaves, like Rotala rotundifolia, you don't really need scissors. I'm just using my hands to trim off all these leaves you can see over here. But you will need them on some plants, like Pogostemon erectus. As you can see, the leaves are super needle-like, and they're just really a pain to pluck off with your fingers. Plants also like Ludwigia arculata are the same, or plants with really delicate leaves or stems that when you're ripping off the leaves, you can accidentally break the stem. An example of that, which I've had break a lot on me, is Stargani repens, because when you're ripping the leaves, they're attached pretty strong to the stem, and when you rip them off, you can take off half the stem. So on plants like that, I like to trim them and then leave just a bit of rim on them. So anyways, I'll get back to this again. Now there's two reasons I use a plastic container. The first one is if you're planting a bunch of stems, you're going to need to keep them wet for an extended period of time with something like a spray bottle. And a plastic container, it doesn't really matter if it gets wet. This will allow your plants to stay alive longer and not dry out. And this, you'll have to do it if you're planting a bunch of plants. I'm only planting about 15 different stems. But say you're planting about 30 or 40, you're going to need to do this. And the second is all the leaves in the corner. I can later just wash them off of the plastic container because they don't really stick that well to it. But anyways, I'm going to show you guys how I plant them in the tank next. So yeah. So the tank light just turned on a couple of seconds ago. and I am going to start on a 50% water change. I was going to do it anyways, but this makes it a lot easier to plant plants when you're not getting your hands soaking wet. So anyways, I'm going to start that, and then I'll come back and show you guys how I plant the plant. Sorry about the flickering. I think that's because I have my light turned down about 50%, but I don't really want to mess with it, but I may turn it up all the way when I start planting. So anyways, yeah. If you want to know why the tank looks so bad and why there's no plants left, you're going to have to turn into my video on Friday or Saturday. I don't remember when I started the tank, but it's the 1 week update, and I'm going to be explaining everything that's gone on so far, the goods, the bads, and what I hope is to come. But anyways, I'll go back to my water change now. So now that the tank is drained, I'm going to start planting the plants. I'm going to bring my little plastic container over and put it on the stairs behind the tank and grab my tweezers. That's where those come into play. So I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see this, but you want to grab your plants at the very bottom with your tweezers and then just stick them in and slowly remove the tweezers and pull out. And that'll give it the chance for the gravel to roll back into place as you slowly let go. So I'm going to continue to plant these, and then I'll come check on you guys. Hopefully you're able to see this. If not, I may have to bring you guys back here. But just remember to remove slowly. This will lessen the chance of them floating up on you. So you guys are kind of at a weird angle right now, but this is the best I can do with my tripod because you guys are currently on the stairs. Hopefully I don't knock my phone over. But, oh, there goes a plant. I'm going to continue planting, and this will hopefully give you guys a better angle because you can see too much back there. But when you're planting, you want to plant as densely as possible, but if you don't have a lot of plants, you may need to spread them out a bit more. So I'm going to continue planting my rotella, and eventually I'm going to be able to trim these pretty frequently, and then that way I'll be able to make this area more dense because I want these all along the back of my aquarium. So when you're grabbing them, you want to grab them at the bottom, about right here, and then use your tweezers to kind of push the gravel out of the way, and then when you remove, they'll be at the bottom, and then when you open up, they'll push the gravel to the side, allowing your tweezers to be removed and the other gravel to kind of tumble into place. Now I'm not going to show you guys all of this, but I'm going to show you guys a couple more. You really need the tweezers because with your hands are going to take up a lot of area underneath the gravel, and when you remove it, it's not going to be able to tumble in as nicely, and I'll kind of just make it cavern. I'll try to show you guys, but I haven't planted with my hands in a long time. But there's one way to do it. You put your finger on the end of the tip, put it on an angle, and then push down, and then that kind of works, but it's not as clean. As you see, I stirred up a bit of dust. So anyways, I'm going to continue planting these. I'll be back in a second. So all the rotella is planted. Now I'm going to plant the Pogostemon erectus. It's going to take the place of the Limnophilia aromatica. But when you trim off the extra leaves off this stuff, come on, focus. See how I left a little bit of like nodes left? That will allow for it to kind of grip in the substrate. So with plants with thicker stems, they're more likely to go up. But this, when you push it in and it tries to pull up, those will prevent it and they'll try to push it down. So I have only 3 of these stems. So hopefully they grow fast in here because I'm going to need a lot more than that. But you just want to push them down all the way. And those extra little bits will help them hold themselves down a bit better. Here's a little tiny one. and then hopefully that'll do well. I don't know how well it will do. But anyways, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and comment if you enjoyed the video, and also don't forget to subscribe. There will be for sure a new video coming up this weekend on the 1 week update of this tank. A lot has happened so far, so don't miss that, as well as there may be another video throughout this week. I don't know yet. Probably not though. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. This was Kellen's Fish Tanks. See ya.